Hello, dear viewers. Welcome back to Beneath with Jennifer Stubbington. As we know, this is an interesting time for women. We have made many strides in letting our voices be heard in all facets of society, but there are some industries that are still lacking in gender diversity. The music industry, particularly the creative roles like songwriting and producing, is still male-dominated. One study revealed that 90% of Grammy comprised 12% of the top songs, and female producers were even less, only 2%, which is what makes our guest so special today. She is a singer, songwriter, and vocal producer who has made her way. She has written for big names like Megan Thee Stallion and Wale, like The Hate U Give and Coming to America 2, amongst many other accomplishments and credits. But the true credit is how she has followed her bliss. She has a lot to teach us about the power of patience and the magic of manifesting. Ooh-wee! Y'all, this chat is gonna be as smooth as her voice. Let's go beneath with Zyah Sessions. Let's go. So that's what gets us to, it's like, we have so much to delve into.
I know.
Because your formula, you have really, it's like when I think of your life, I think of your voice, but I think of course, music, because that's your life. And it's like all these musical notes came together to form this song that now you're saying even you're surprised by.
Yeah.
And yes.
And it's still
unfolding.
It's still unfolding,
yeah.
You know? But even right now, where I am is just like, I don't know.
You said that you had, go ahead.
No,
you said that you had, it's like you knew it, but you didn't know it was going to be, because you dreamed of fully living from a life financially of abundance from music, right? Like that was a dream.
Yeah.
Like I remember going to you and Bobby's shows when there was like 20 people.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like it was like we knew that was the dream, and now you're seeing that come to fruition. I don't even know the question. I'm just like,
I know. But there's so much to take, from that. It's like, it is kind of a question, because there's a lot of things that, there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of mystique in manifestation, but not even to make it that deep. Like, how do people get what they want out of life?
That's it. That's why people will tune into this interview, and that's really why I do it. And that's why we go beneath, because it's not the formula I know and we know, but even I'm interested. That's why I want interviews, because even I'm wanting to know.
Yeah. Like how?
How?
And you know what's so interesting when I read, because I read people's like wiki bios, doing something that I watch so many people that I admire do all the time. But one thing that's always left out of like somebody's bio, it'll be like, oh, Usher was singing and dancing when he was, or maybe I can't say names, I don't know, but this person was, singing at a young age, and then they put out this hit record, and that's how you know them today, and check them out on Nickelodeon, and and then a school play.
You were talented at 5. Grammy Award winner.
Right. Like, where's all the stuff in the middle?
Yes.
And I think that's what gets scary too, when people hear stuff like manifestation, and like, it can't, when people, I guess, jump into things without really like taking the time to study and understand those principles, like on the outside, just thought something in their mind, and then it just happened, or like some agent came and found them, or it's just like, but also it's how people tell their stories, or how their, PR people tell their stories. It's just like, this happened, then that happened, and that's it.
Yes.
But it's like, for me, there's so many mundane days, like in between all of that. There's so many that never get placed, that almost got placed, but then they changed they went in a different creative direction at the last minute, or they say they're interested and then they go ghost. I mean, it's just like, there's so many sleepless nights. There's so many
Self-doubt.
self-doubt.
It's not always just perfect. Like, I'm so talented and great. I know it's going to work out for me. Yeah, even when you are talented, because I think that's what we think about talented people. I love that you said there's so many mystery about people achieving stuff, because we just think, well, that happened to them because they're talented. But there's a lot of talented people that doesn't happen for.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because there's a work aspect. And then I think too, I think people are kind of naive or afraid to admit that there's some luck to it.
Yeah. Interesting.
Oops. You know, like there is just some, like, even though I do believe that coincidences are usually deeper than just a coincidence, like there are some like magical seeming moments that just happen. There are some coincidences that you happen to be at the right place at the right time, or
like it was just meant to be.
It was just kind of like meant to be. There is that, but I think the belief and the working towards it, if you can knock that part out, the mystery and all of the extra little sprinkles that, you know, God sends down, the right place at the right time, like that'll just happen. Like there's that saying that luck is just when preparation and opportunity.
As I was reading about you, I mean, you're classically trained, that people don't know. You're classically trained by an amazing professor at SMU. You've been you self-taught, once again, goosebumps, self-taught yourself piano at 4, right?
Yeah, at the beginning,
So it's like those natural things were happening for you and you were being drawn towards that. I think someone asked you in an interview, like, has it been hard? And it hit me so much. Like, you're like, I wouldn't say it's been so much hard, because like you said, your path was shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And it's still about that. I think
this
so element of like time, like, especially I guess maybe like millennials and Gen Z, I just see it more, I guess, because I am one of them, and so that's where I'm at. But it's just like I see this obsession with like time, like needing things now, right now, not understanding that great things take time. There's a time lapse from here from playing piano at 2 to Grammy, or to
having clarity in your belly, and all those months pass by, and it takes time.
Yeah, it takes, exactly. That's even better example. My goodness, is just like, badly as I want to meet her at, 2 months pregnant, it's like I can't. And that's okay. Enjoy the journey of allowing this life to grow. It's not she's literally not ready to come out into the world yet, because her brain's not developed, her lungs aren't developed, her digestive system isn't developed, like, so ready yet. And it's just not the right time. But the difference, I guess, between the people that do get what they want and don't get what they want, is what they do while they wait, and what their attitude is while they're waiting, because your attitude, right, how you feel about something influences your belief, and your belief is going to influence the action you take, and it's going to affect what you attract. So I think a lot of people, they just give. I feel like maybe no one ever really like doesn't make it. Maybe those are the people that just quit before it was their time.
Wow.
And they couldn't survive the waiting period. They got too discouraged, or they stopped working towards it. Because it's like, every song that you write isn't going to be a #1 record. It's not, or may not be on Billboard. It may not get placed in a movie. So do you just stop writing?
Yeah. Did you
No.
have those, like, so what were you doing while you waited then?
Writing.
You were working on your craft.
Yeah.
With
Yeah.
the understanding that not every song is going to be placed in a movie, but I'm just writing for the sake of, you tell me, why were you just writing?
Yeah. And I think for some reason people feel like there has to be this, I used to think this, that you have to have this deep purpose, that God just shined this on you. There was writing on the wall and you just knew that, like, I have to do this because I'm going to change the world like this. And sometimes it's like, I'm doing it because I want to, and why is that not enough?
Yeah.
I'm doing it because I love it, and I don't feel good when I don't do it.
Which
So
is truly like, that's your intuition telling you this is what you're meant to do.
Yeah. And I think it's also ego that feels like, well, if it's not going to be seen in this way or held in this light, then why not do it? If I am not going to get, sorry, I'm hitting the whatever.
No,
if I'm not getting the glory out of it, if I'm not getting more praise or this or that,
if I'm not going to get to be the star,
then I don't want to do it. But it's like, okay, but maybe that's not maybe that's not even the reason why you're being called to do what you do. Maybe you're being called to do what you do to help somebody else.
Yes.
Maybe you sharing your gift is for, and this is your service.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think too it's kind of arrogant to think that, like, because I brought up, like, thinking that every song that you write every song I write isn't going to always get placed, right? I think my mentality is that, well, like, almost like none of them are, because I'm not doing it for that. Like, I let every placement, every opportunity be a surprise. Like, let it be like just like a new, like, adventure and like joy or like happy moment. But I'm not writing like, this is going for a movie. This is going for, radio or this, unless I get a call for a specific job, then that's different. But, I'm not just writing with expectation.
Mm-hmm. Or even intention. Yeah.
Because
it's like, of course your intention is you want it to get out to touch people and you want it to be successful, right?
I think more so my intention is that I want to do the song justice by making out other people, or like people hearing it in the process of writing it. When it's done, that's different.
Yes.
It's like the process of it is like, because it's the music business, right?
Yeah.
So the process is the music. Once the music is done, complete, that MP3 is like done. Now it's the business. How to sell it, or like where does it go, or like where does it get placed, or whatever. But in the process of writing, in the music process, like, it's separated. I'm not thinking about success or business or who does this. Like, it takes.
You're just expressing something deep from yourself that wants to be spoken.
That's it. Like, I'm just trying to, like, because it's almost like food. Like, I'm just trying to nourish myself when I'm creating something. That's the only intention, is to just, like, to nourish myself, or to get this out of myself.
Yeah.
And then, like, the other stuff kind of, like, it takes care of itself.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's toxic. I don't know.
No,
but
that's so powerful, because I think, like, you were speaking to your generation, but even no matter what generation, I think everybody struggles with that. But you're right, the immediate social media plays into part of that. Like, I do things because I want to be somebody. Like, I do this because I want to be so. But you're saying, like, getting back to your passion and your
and that's for me. That's that's what helps me sleep at night. That's what helps me to keep getting up and wanting to do this, is that being the purpose and intention behind it. Because I do think there is a point where I was doing it because, like, I'm going to write this so I can get this placement, so I can get this amount of money at this time, so that this can go to this movie. And all it did was leave me frustrated. And I realized that it's not emotionally productive and I think, and I haven't, done the research on if this expounds beyond music or like creative arts, but I can say for creative arts, because that's what I'm in, right? And I was reading this in a book that, like, creativity is a spiritual thing. It's not an ego thing. And so to try to take a spiritual process and try to force it into something that's so, like, physical and, like, it's like almost too tangible. Like, I'm taking it's almost like, I'm trying to think of the best way to put this, and I'm trying to be mindful of my words, but it feels dangerous. Like, it's too sacred of a process to put your intent, behind it, money or fame or opportunity. Like, it's not sustainable because you can't control that. I can't control what a movie production company wants to use, or what a director of a film decides to change his mind. Like, we spent all this time writing this epic, end of title song, and at the last minute the director decides, like, no, we love the record, but we want an orchestra, and we don't want any words. We changed our mind, so we're just gonna have somebody, score something. But
out of your control.
It's out of my control. But if I put all of my heart and soul into the placement, instead of just the expression, instead of just the process of making something because I like it, like, it defeats you. This industry is about, it's not about that, but it's rejection. It's a rejection, like, all over the place. Like, no. But they're not saying no to you. But that's how it feels.
Of course.
They don't know you. They're saying no to this particular piece of art.
In this one
instance. And a lot of times, it's not even about what record felt best. Yes, it's political. The person who wrote is the cousin of the executive over the whoop-de-woo, and or, this company, they work for this label who owes them money, so we gotta, they owe us a favor. And it's more, so sometimes you're just like a casualty of war. Of something that is beyond your
talent
or your talent. It has nothing to do with that.
Ooh, it takes a strong person to be in the entertainment business. Right? Hearing this, it makes me so happy and it doesn't surprise me that you're in that place, because you have to start grappling with it if you're going to survive. Because did you understand the depths of the music industry? No. It wasn't until you moved to LA that you were like, holy Cracker Jack?
It's just, and it's not even like in general. And it's definitely like, it's just something that you learn from doing. It's
just pure experience.
It's experience based, because the industry changes so fast now because of, like, technology and, like, social media and cancel culture. These things, the industry is, like, forever changing. So it's like there's no rule. I think that's the other thing that's scary, is because when you're when you're young and green and you're coming into the industry and like you're like, no, I understand it's a business. I've read music business books and like people, and it's just like, then you get in the business and it's like, no. No. Because there's so much gray area. There's so many like rules are being changed like every day. So there are no, mostly not. And so it's just, you can only learn from doing, I feel like, in this industry. As far as like the creative part. Maybe if you want to be a business attorney or something like that, I don't know, that could be different, but the creative part, yeah.
I think in general in life, I'm a reader, like, and so it's like, and although I love people, I can tend to, you know, just cloister with myself. And so it's like, I read, but then I'm like, I'm not living life. Like, I'm reading about this, but like the way that you truly grow to be who you're supposed to be is just by living life.
You have to. I 1,000%. Now that you say that, it is so much bigger than just the music business. I mean, it's just like learning a new language, like speaking Spanish. Okay, you read a Spanish book and you learn how to conjugate a verb, and all, but nothing's gonna prepare you like, go to Mexico, go to Spain, go to Puerto Rico.
Two people,
you know. But I'm just saying, like, nothing is more what is it? Words don't teach, only life experiences do. I think that's Abraham Hicks. To keep up with who said what.
Right.
But I believe that's Abraham Hicks, or she got it from someone else. But anyway, yeah, like you just have to do. And I think that's the number one thing that keeps people from doing is just fear.
Yes.
You know, like, okay, oh man, I have to say, so my husband, Bobby Sessions, when we first met, because by the way, when we first met, like, neither one of us, I wasn't singing, he wasn't rapping. So we were at this, like,
you were in college,
yeah,
right?
we were in college, and we were at this poetry night. But at the end of it, everybody would like cipher. Like, so they would like make a circle, and like somebody would go up and they would like, you know, do their thing. Like they would rap. Most of them were reciting a rap or a poem or something like that. And I'm like, well, I don't rap, but I sing. But nobody was doing that. So it was like, maybe I'm going to be doing too much. Toxic. We'll talk about that later. But maybe I'm taking up too much space, you know, that kind of. But that was before we had all these terms.
Yes.
But so I was like, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to this, and I'm going to just walk back. So after it was over, started walking back, and he was walking with me. And I was like, yeah, you know, like everybody went in the circle and they were like rapping. And I was like, I wanted to sing, but, you know, I don't know, it seemed weird. And he said the most profound thing he has probably ever said to this day.
And he says a lot of profound things.
And he says a lot of profound, a lot.
Like a lot.
All the time.
Dropping gems all the time.
But he said, and I quote, if you want to sing, sing. That to this day is one of the most empowering things anyone has ever said to me, because I at the time was known as a pianist, classically trained pianist, you know, going to little festivals, all through high school, you know, winning awards.
Which has its own level of, like, I think the classical and all, it has its own level of expectations, and to go into different genres. Like, I know you were like taking Mozart and doing different things with it, which was really frowned upon. So it's like you had your own level of like, I'm up here, this is what I'm supposed to do.
Right. Yeah, as a classically trained, you know, like we don't improvise, we read as it is, and we play, you know, it's truth, you know, all of that. So it was just like, but I always felt like I liked my voice, but I didn't know if other people would like it.
Wow.
You know? And so and it was always seen as like, even like from my family who was like very religious, because I'm from Tennessee.
Yeah.
And so Memphis is just super religious anyway. I think everybody has a super religious like grandparent or something like that. And it was always also seen that if you weren't singing for the Lord, you're singing for the devil, hun. And so it's just like, oh, so like if I don't want to sing gospel music, then like this is bad, or this is wrong, or I shouldn't do this, or like if you don't have a big, strong, belting voice like Aretha Franklin, all of these stories that I just decided that I'm gonna accept as true.
Yeah.
That I didn't have to until,
because you didn't know anything better until someone tells you.
Somebody.
Ooh.
What is it? Faith comes by hearing.
Yeah.
So somebody literally had to tell me something different so that I could hear something different, and my faith changed.
Yeah.
It changed. If I want to sing, then sing. Oh, I don't need permission.
Just because I want to?
Because I want to. I can just do it. You know, I don't have to sing because somebody else wants me to, or because they like it or don't like it. I can just sing because I want to sing.
Is that the moment you fell in love with Bobby?
Probably. Yeah. Yeah.
Because when someone speaks to your soul like that, you know, I'm being facetious a little bit, but that had to have been like, someone was...
The moment. I know that was the day.
Yeah.
But that probably was the moment. Yeah. Maybe the moment. I always felt like the moment was probably when I heard him rap for the first time. Seconds before this happened.
Wow.
He actually did go and do his thing, and I didn't. And I was so...
how to meet, like what this takes. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So somebody empowered me, right? That to just do what I wanted to do without any contingencies. And I feel like that's what a lot of us do. We say that all just little excuses that like your brain comes up with, as like they're like fear blockers.
Yeah.
Like the underlying things that you're scared. You're scared.
Yeah. That we're not good enough. That we're not. And really, it's
we're
like
not worthy. We don't have enough good enough if you don't start.
Wow.
That's what I had to realize. It's just like, okay, I've got all these preconceived notions of like what's going to be accepted. The industry doesn't like this or that. They don't want to accept this or that. So you stop doing. And you stop creating because you're like, well, nobody's going to, maybe I don't write. I don't make hits. I don't know how to do that. So I'm just not going to make anything because that's all the industry wants.
Yeah.
Let me tell you something. For anybody that's, out there that's not making music because it's not the industry doesn't know what it wants. The industry is not a person. The industry is really just made up of a bunch of people, right? Okay. But the industry, how people think of it, it's not a person. It's not, so it doesn't have feelings. The industry follows patterns. And it's just like, once people decide that they like this, the industry is a follower. The people are the leaders. The creators are. And I think
they're the speakers to culture.
Yeah. Absolutely. And if one person comes out with a song that mixes techno with country and it goes viral, or the people,
then the music industry
is going to be like, okay, we need anybody that makes that's what people want to buy. So they just follow that. So the industry is always going to be kind of behind because it doesn't innovate. It finds innovators. So you just have to be an innovator.
Which is why you just have to start and do it.
You have to, like, how much music has changed. Like, nobody could have predicted, like, some of the top artists now.
Yeah.
If they were born in a different time, it would probably be some of the worst stuff anybody's ever heard of during that. So, like, nobody can predict, somebody dancing to a song on TikTok and it going #1 on Billboard. You can't predict that kind of stuff. But you you don't put yourself in a position for those kind of things to happen if you're not doing.
Because if you want to sing, sing.
Sing. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, we have to have a part 2.
Yes, please.
And a part 3. Just a 2-hour special.
Okay, yeah, we'll just do it.
I don't even know how to end it. I knew it was going to be like this.
I knew it was going to be good.
Okay, I hope you all had as much fun as I did. Thank you, Zyah, so much.
Absolutely.
I
Thanks
just
for having
appreciate you so much. You're going to be back,
yes,
nonetheless.
Absolutely.
And I think the message is to us, just start. Whoever you are, wherever you are, just start. Just start. Thank you for joining Beneath with Jennifer Stubbington. See you next time.